Welcome to 843 TV. Today we're here in the WHHI-TV studios. I'm your host, Lisa Richardson.
And I'm your host, Annalisa Itcore. Today we're going to be talking to DayBreak Adult Care Services, which is a fantastic community service here on the island. And we have two great guests to represent the company. We've got Penny Liberatore. She is the Community Relations Director for the company.
Also, we have Coker Day. He is the owner and founder of the Adult Care Services.
So we've got some great content today focusing on a company that is all about there is no place like home.
So stick around for this episode of 843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
843 TV, where Bluffton comes to speak.
Where Spring Island comes to speak.
Where Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
Where Beaufort comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak. Welcome to 843 TV. We're here in our studio today and we're talking to some special folks with DayBreak Adult Care. And we have with us Penny Liberatore and also Coker Day. Nice to have you two today.
Thank you for having us.
Well, we can't wait to learn all about the special services that you provide. But in fact, there's quite a long history. You're the founder and owner. And tell us a little bit about the origin then.
Sure. My name's Coker. I grew up in the Midlands of South Carolina. Finished the Citadel in '95, and after that I did some various jobs, but I kind of came back to my family roots. I grew up in the nursing home business. My mom was a charge nurse or director of nursing at several nursing facilities, and my dad was a nursing home consultant. So when I started looking for what I wanted to do, senior care seemed like a great fit. So I opened up DayBreak, I guess, close to 20 years ago in Columbia was my first office, and since then we've grown from there. We were now on Hilton Head. We've had an office here for about 3 years. About 10 years ago, me and my wife, we decided to purchase a second home in Hilton Head, and then after vacationing and coming down here for several years, I decided it made sense to go ahead and expand a business down here since I already spent so much time down here. So that's where we're at now.
Certainly makes sense with the demographics that we have.
Right.
Well, and absolutely. I mean, this being such a large retirement community, and it's kind of interesting, there's choices that people can make as they're aging or as they're reaching that chapter in their life. Tell us a little bit about the services, Penny, that you guys specifically offer that might be a little unique.
Well, our DayBreak services are really tailored to the individual client and their needs, and also the family and that of the family. But in general, it covers anything from laundry service to light housekeeping to companionship. We do errands. We take them to doctor's appointments. We take them to the movies. We take them to Pinckney Island.
Oh,
anything
wow.
that they that we try to keep their daily life as much a part of them as we can while their caregiver has stepped out, let's say for the afternoon. And respite care is really huge, and I want to touch on that because that's what we see a lot of. We see a lot of caregivers. I mean, caregivers, we know they need a break, and hence DayBreak. Yeah. And we have some clients that just for one afternoon out of the week for 4 hours they get to go and play golf while their wife or their loved one is taken care of, and they know that they're with someone reliable and dependable.
I can speak to how important that is because I took care of my mother for 2 years, and without a service like yours, and my mom, it was so important to her to stay home.
Right.
To be in her familiar surroundings.
Absolutely.
And that was a huge gift to her.
Yes.
Services like yours were a huge gift to me because it's pretty much how I kept my sanity. It was really difficult.
And with what we're offering is we're providing assistance with activities of daily living,
Right.
and so the assistance that people require, it varies from person to person. So
Right.
no two clients are the same. So while there's someone who their struggle may be in the morning getting their day started, getting a bath, getting showered, some people with arthritis have a hard time buttoning shirts. I mean, whatnot.
Daily activities.
We cater our care plans around each individual client and try and find caregivers that are best suited for their needs. So,
How do you go about that then? Do you go in into the home and have a consultation, get to know them?
if someone calls us, the first step we do is we'll set up a free consultation. We'll come out to the home. We do a brief assessment. It's not like a stringent nursing assessment or a physical or anything like that. But what we're doing is we're learning about the client. We're learning about their needs, likes, dislikes. Do they have pets in the house? Do they smoke? You know, we want to learn as much about them as we can, and then we'll come back and we'll look at the caregivers that we have available and match them up. If I come into someone's house and you know, their problem is they have Alzheimer's, dementia, then I'm going to come back and I'm going to choose a caregiver who may have special training in Alzheimer's, dementia, or we'll have a caregiver, maybe we have our own training programs, train them up and then match them up with that client. The next step is before we start service, usually Penny or Cheryl, they will come out and they will actually introduce the caregiver to
do
the
a meet
client.
and greet.
Sure,
called
get
meet
to
and greet.
know each
Right.
other. Yeah.
No charge for that, and we make sure that, you know, everybody's on the same
We
page
hang
about.
out for a bit in the home to make sure that everyone's
Compatible.
absolutely.
Because it's a two-way street, really.
It is,
because it
and-
has to be
yes.
that the caregiver that's providing, you know, they feel comfortable.
Absolutely, and we have, you know, some clients that will say, you know, I don't want to have to tell someone what to do, so we need to get into our little routine, and eventually our caregivers, and they become part of the family, if you will. I mean,
sure.
they become a part of the household, and that's what we want. We want them to feel like we are family.
It's so important, I think, to have a company like yours that does provide that training. You said you do a lot of your own training.
Right.
Because, you know, my experience was, as we tried on a few things, and you guys weren't here yet, or we probably would have called you, you know, was occasionally you'd get a company where their idea was the caregiver would come in and sit and watch TV all day.
Right.
And that's
And,
exactly.
you know, and it didn't suit my mom, and so
Exactly.
we'd have to start over from scratch. So I love the fact that you really make an effort to match those personalities.
Well, and
That's great.
when we invest a lot in our employees, all of our employees are W-2 employees, so they're not. None of them are contract workers. When they come in with us, a lot of them that come to us, they come from different healthcare settings. Like we have a lot of people who had worked in nursing facilities or home health companies. And they come in and they may have training such as certified nursing assistant and different things like that. We actually contract with a company where we have caregiver specific training, and it may be everything from how to accept a guest at a door, or safe driving techniques. You know, if they have a client with dementia, it can show the certain phases of dementia. Sometimes people don't understand why someone may be getting aggressive towards them or whatnot. And we provide training on all that in addition to anything that they've already came to us with. So.
We need to take a quick break,
Okay.
so y'all stay right here. We'll be back with more 843 TV.